We're on another episode of Love and War with Dominick Cruz, and today I get the honor of talking to an ex-nemesis of mine, TJ Dillashaw. He's been through a lot, up and down in the sport, faced the best of the best, two-time champion, and we're going to go over everything that we hated about each other, and now everything that we get along and we see eye to eye about. Definitely an interesting conversation. Make sure you don't miss it.
Dominick the Dominator!
That is the dark sides of us that don't work, but they work perfectly for war.
You can love somebody and still beat them up.
We're on here in Love and War with Dominick Cruz and the man right here, TJ Dillashaw, two-time world champion. I want to start out by showing, like, just basically, to me, why I was nervous to fight you, nervous to fight anybody from your team. I mean, you're a dangerous guy. You had a lot of finishes. You were doing really well. And I specifically remember I was breaking down your fights as an analyst, injured on the outside. And all I ever heard from anybody was that you were a better version of me, and how annoying that was to hear in my own shoes, and being hurt and just watching you compete and me not being able to compete. It really fired me up and pissed me off. But your finishes are impressive, so let's show some of them, because Renan Barão was undefeated at this point, right? He hadn't lost yet, did he? Or he had one loss, maybe?
His first fight. He was undefeated for 33 fights or something.
That's what it was, yeah. And see the feints. You're always feinting. You're always faking. He couldn't find you. You always found an angle. You're in southpaw. You're in conventional. Look at you did a lot of your work on him in southpaw. Was that part of the plan against him?
It was. The way his defense is, him and Aldo do the same defense where they put this arm out, which my shoulder's not good. Put this arm out. They give you a lane. They back up with the right hand high and their left arm straight.
Yep.
And it was kind of giving me a perfect lane for my left cross. So I knew that southpaw was going to work really well on him.
Yeah, you just dusted him, man. You made that look easy.
Thank you. I mean, that's still today my most favorite fight, because, I mean, going from, being almost a nobody kind of, fighting on fight nights and undercards, never been on a main event, to go to a straight title fight and be on the side of MGM Grand when you pull into Vegas was just insane to me. And then just having that opportunity to get out there and show off my skills.
I remember this high kick. I'll never forget. I
remember you actually talking about it too. Yeah.
Head off.
Yeah. I think you said the peekaboo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice. So you can see here against Soto, the way that you were able to just set it up. I mean, this guy was good, man. These guys aren't chumps. Like you said, Renan Barão's on a 33-fight win streak, but look at how you're feinting and faking. You're giving all these different looks, all these different reads. He didn't know what to do, and you just waited for him to drop his hands and just clipped him. It's like perfect timing. That
was the most nervous I've ever been going into a fight. Why? Because of the way it went down. I was supposed to rematch Barão, and I wake up the morning of weigh-ins and I'm on weight.
That's right.
And he fell and hit his head, cutting weight. And so I remember Fertitta calling me and be like, "Hey, champ, we need you to take a replacement fight against Joe Soto."
That's right.
I know Joe Soto. I trained with him for this fight camp. He came to Alpha Male 8 weeks before our fight.
Nobody would know this shit.
Yeah. And we were.
Does anybody know that you had been training with him for that whole camp to get ready for Barão?
I've mentioned it, but maybe not on a big platform. So we were training. He came up to Alpha Male, was training there. He was a wrestler as well too. Yeah. And I knew how tough he was, and I knew he was a Bellator champion, and didn't have a name yet because he wasn't in the UFC, and I knew how tough he was, and I had everything to lose, and so I had to take that fight on 24 hours notice, and that one I was very nervous for.
Explain to people why having a fight change on 24 hours notice is so nerve-wracking. I don't think people could understand, even though all right, it's not Renan Barão, right? Yeah. But still, you're not ready for that guy.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, you're a lot like me, I'd imagine, and we watch a lot of tape, you watch a lot of tendencies, you pick people apart, you do a great job on it commentating. So I'd imagine you're the same way. And so then multiple things came into factor. I knew what Barão was going to bring to the table. I'd already fought him, and I've always done really well in rematches. The more I get to figure someone out, the better I do.
Got it.
And so I knew what to expect with Barão. And then I trained with this guy and realized how tough he was. And like I said, I had everything to lose. If I go out there and I lose to Joe Soto, I never defended my belt, for one. I lost to a guy that was unranked, that wasn't in the UFC, for two. And he was super tough. And I had a whole game plan that just went out the window, because now I'm fighting a guy that can wrestle, had good submissions.
It's funny because I want to link this to the next fight, which will be the Cody fight in a second.
Yeah.
Because of what you're saying, I kind of believed that the hardest thing when I fought Cody after I lost to him was going to be for him to be the guy.
Yeah.
and to have to be the guy and believe that he's the guy. And you're talking something similar about that when it comes to Joe Soto. Like, you're the guy. You're supposed to win now.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's coming in on 1 day's notice. You have everything to lose. He has nothing to lose. I try to explain to people, but I can't. So maybe you can do it in your own words too, that the nerves from supposed to win is so much harder than the guy that's not supposed to win.
100%.
Like, it's not even close, the mind games, right?
Yeah, and you wore that for a long time because
It's hard.
you were the champion coming into the UFC, right?
Yeah, and I'm always supposed to win.
Yes.
And you're always the favorite, and you're just like, oh yeah, he's the best. And you're just like, you guys don't know how good this guy is that I'm fighting.
Yeah. You already have the nerves on yourself to perform, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're already nervous for yourself, but then when everyone has these expectations of you at the same time, it makes it that much, it amplifies it like times 10, you know? So not only you have your own nerves, you have everyone else in your ear, like saying like, hey, you're the best in the world. You're the champion. Like, now you got to go prove it,
And
right?
it sucks to hear that, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Why?
it does.
Why is that? It's so weird. They, like, when people hype you up, the more people would hype me up, the more I just wanted to say, shut the fuck up. Like, stop talking to me. I don't want to hear this right now. You're wrong. You don't know.
Yeah. It's a lot easier to go into a fight to prove everyone wrong.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
you have
Why?
because you have nothing to lose. Like, if you lose to a guy, like I was an 8-1 underdog against Brow, like if I win, fucking awesome, right? But if I lose, I was expected to lose. Like,
So how about the rematch then with him?
with Brow, yeah, I
Yeah.
was nervous for it because I had to go out and prove it again.
Right.
But I feel like I had his number. Like, I knew he had to be more nervous than me, right? Like, I did.
You
Like,
just felt so good in that first one. You knew he didn't have it.
I was riding a real big high, man. I like felt it was on top of the world. Like, couldn't be touched. You know,
EPO high? Or just like regular high?
just like feel good high. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So in this fight though, look, this is a
rematch
this
in
is the
Boston.
rematch, and I think you killed him worse in this one than you did in the first one. I think you just had you were in his head so bad.
Yeah, I mean,
Look, you did. It looks almost identical to the first one though. You're in southpaw again,
yeah.
beating him to death in southpaw stance. Like, how many shots?
I think it was 32.
And he's like, I think 32 and a half. Like, dude, yeah, I mean, and I'm watching you and I'm analyzing you.
Mm-hmm.
Now in this fight, this is what I wanted to touch on too, because with Joe Soto, you said you trained with Joe Soto
Mm-hmm.
and like you knew what he brought. Now you trained with Cody since he was a kid, basically, right?
Yeah, I was holding mitts for him when he first came to the gym.
So how old was he when you started like holding mitts for him and being his guy you were his guy, you're like his older brother to look up to, no?
yeah, it was his early 20s, I think.
Okay.
I mean, he's pretty young. Yeah.
Yeah, and you were already champ at least once.
Yeah, I was champ when he came to the gym.
And so, did you not have his number since day one, sort of? And I heard a lot of rumors about you, so I want to ask about that too. The rumors I heard about you in the gym are that you were just mean as fuck.
Those
Like,
yeah.
you just used to like really like I would hear like, he's not a good teammate.
Yeah.
And he's just like, and I don't know. I don't really believe it because I would hear the same things about me.
Yeah.
Like he's mean. But at a certain level, you just got to kill everybody, don't you? And then you're helping them. How do you get people to understand that I help you by trying to kill you?
Yeah.
And if I don't try to kill you, literally try to kill you,
Yeah.
that guy is,
Yeah.
right? So you were doing that with him in the gym. You were doing that with everybody in your gym, and it seemed like they would be pretty mad at you, no?
Yeah, so 2 questions there. First, you asked if I had his number in the gym. Not always, no. He's a very talented guy. He's fast. He packs a punch. And I trained at a gym where we had a lot of killers, right? So not everyone's going to be their best guy, their best self when they step into the gym. Like, if you're at a gym where you're not getting your ass kicked a little bit, you're not going to really get better, right? So I didn't always have his number, but I believed that I was the better fighter. I was more fight IQ ready. I believed in myself in that fight going into it. And we'll get into more of that because you really helped me in that fight a lot. And we'll get to why. But and then me being mean in the gym, I'm a very competitive guy with everything I do. Like, I always want to win. I want to win every round ever since wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, didn't want to get taken down in practice. I get pissed if I get taken down in practice, right? And sometimes that gets the best of me. And I want to go harder and I want to go harder. And then he goes harder. And then you're in a room full of killers that everyone just keeps going harder and harder and harder. And then when you get the better of someone, you're the bad guy. You know, and we're training for world title fights. We're not wrestling. We're not playing chess. Like, we're playing a contact sport that, bad things can happen.
I think that's why we had such a good fight, is because I agree with everything you just said. And it's in the gym. It's like, I'm sorry, like you're not my friend
Yeah.
on spar day.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you're my friend, and the way that I show you that you're my friend is I'm going to probably knock you out. And if I don't, then I'm not your friend.
Yeah.
Like if I'm pulling punches on you, how am I being your friend? Yeah. I try to explain this to even guys now, and they go, well, I don't need to give brain damage to him. It's before the fight. And it's like, yes, you do.
Yeah.
Like there's no other way to learn this, no?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, there's a lot of training now that people are steering away from sparring, and I understand the health around it, but at the same time, I don't think you're going to be your same self inside that cage if you're not fighting for your life in practice as well.
I think that, but I can say, okay, there's no one right way to do it, right? I give kudos to somebody like I've heard Max Holloway say, no sparring, only pads, and he makes it work, right?
But he did how many years of hard sparring first? Like you can't be a guy who's coming into a gym first and not learn how to get punched, not learn how to roll with the punches or get taken down and get into these scrambles and go hard. Like he did a decade of hard work first, right? Yeah. So he's kind of got a pass on that because he's done it all already. You know, now he can kind of fine tune his weapons a little bit.
And that takes me to, all right, you're a killer. And the rumor that I heard is like you're mean and you're knocking people out when you shouldn't be. And I'm thinking when I hear this, I'm like, well, I don't really believe any of it because you should probably say the same thing about me. So I'm hearing that going, okay, I'll in one ear out the other, sort of. But then I think it's Holdsworth. Mm-hmm. That's the rumor.
Yeah,
that's the one rumor
still bugs me. Yeah,
that sticks with you from what I've heard. And then he retired. Mm-hmm. So what can you explain to the world and maybe give your side of that?
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to. About? Holdsworth was a guy that came into the gym and he's insanely good, like very, very good, and was able to. His grappling was the best. Like he's the best on the.
That's what I've
ever worked with.
His grappling was nasty.
Unfortunately, he didn't have that competitive mindset. Like when he first came to the gym, like you could have went pro right away, and he would like find reasons not to fight and not want to do it. He didn't have that killer instinct in him, and so he's always looking for a way out. I remember we were both getting ready for my Hennenbrow fight. He was also fighting on that card against Chico or something like that. And I hit him with an overhand right in boxing. And ever since then, he's been dealing with like some concussion stuff. He cuts a lot of weight, so he had to cut weight early throughout camp. And I think that affected him a little bit. What the stories are being said, we were in a sparring in MMA. He shoots a shot, I stuff it, and he's coming to stand up, and I go to throw a knee. And I'm thinking I'm going to hit him in the chest. He's standing up. He goes back down, and I knee him in the head.
Oh, when he was down.
Yes.
Okay.
It was
a down opponent.
It was an illegal blow.
Yeah.
Like, and I felt horrible about it, right? It wasn't like I maliciously went out and kneed him, like people are saying, in the back of the head. It's like, how am I kneeing you in the back of the head?
Yeah.
You know? So
but you're in competitive mode.
There's these, that.
Yeah.
And then there's these things that are getting blown out of proportion because I left the team and they want to make me look as bad as possible.
Yeah, okay. So did you leave the team during that time because of that?
No, I left. No.
Why'd you leave the team? like that's why, you got called snake in the grass. Yeah. I was busting your ass before the fight about it too.
Trust me, I remember.
Like,
so there was dude. I went from these are my best friends in the world at the time,
I know.
Right? Like I was with them for 6 years, and then I'm defending my belt. So I beat Barao. Dwayne and Uriah have a battle of like who should be running the gym and how much he should be getting paid, and
I knew that
Uriah lowballed Dwayne when he came to the gym. So we were paying Master Tong. Just a mitt holder that,
I remember Tong.
He's a good mitt holder, but he wasn't a good coach, right? We never had a coach. It was just fighters coaching each other, a bunch of wrestlers beating each other up.
It was favor coaching.
Exactly.
Coaching you, managing you, and housing you.
Exactly. And that was a conflict of interest.
I'm right.
Especially when you become the champion.
I love that you guys are doing that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you idiots.
And so Dwayne came in, they lowballed, and they started paying him 5% of everyone's purse. Or over $40,000, whatever is greater. And we were paying Master Tong 10%. And so when Dwayne came to the gym, he was 10 times the coach. And I instantly, right off the bat, started paying him 10%.
Because you connected with him.
Right away.
Yeah.
Like me and him were tight right away. Like
you guys were a good team.
Thank you. And so I started, I started paying him 10%. And then I know another guy or a couple other guys did. And so then he wanted obviously more money. He knew he was worth it. And Uriah didn't want to pay him more. And so Dwayne's like, all right, well, I'm going to move home and open my own gym.
Yeah.
I won a world title under Dwayne. I gained leaps and bounds better under his tutelage.
Yeah.
And when he decided to leave, I was doing a lot of back and forth. So when I fought Joe Soto, which was supposed to be Barao, he'd already left. I moved Dwayne back to Sacramento. That was the final camp he was in Sacramento.
You brought him in.
He lived with me for 10 weeks at my house. because I told him like, hey man, you can't just leave right now. I just became the champion. Like, what am I going to do?
Yeah, here. You're my guy.
And then after that fight, he moved back to Colorado for good. He's like, I'm not coming back out. And so I was fighting Barao again.
Peanut butter.
Yeah. That's a great story. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. You remember everything.
That was so weird.
Yeah. He moved back to Colorado. Well, where that story comes from is that he was trying to make more money.
Yeah.
And he wasn't getting paid what he should be getting paid.
Butter?
And so he's had a sponsorship from like Justin's peanut butter. And so he's like trying to sell on it and supplements at the counter so he can make a little bit more cash.
Wow.
So he got shit for
rough life.
Yeah. Well, so when he moved back to Colorado, my second fight against Barao, I did a bunch of back and forth. I would go spend 3 or 4 days out in Colorado or a week in Colorado, and then I'd come home and train. And every time I came home and trained, we didn't have a coach. I ended up running practice. And I did that.
It's fighters with fighters.
We didn't have a coach. Yep. Yeah, he left.
Oh. And the level's growing at this time. So you're seeing that too.
Yeah.
And you're like, we need something more than just fighters with fighters.
I'm the champion of the world. I can't be running my own practice.
I agree.
You know, I need someone to like watch what I'm doing from the outside and really coach me.
Yep.
And that was Dwayne. And so I remember I took Uriah to lunch and I sat down with him, and I was going to be fighting Dominick Cruz, right? The GOAT of 135. And I need to get out and prove myself. And I remember telling Uriah, I was like, hey man, like I'm going to do my full camp in Colorado this time. Like I can't be doing the back and forth. I need to be out in Colorado for the 8 weeks.
That pissed him off.
And he instantly gave me an ultimatum. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, you're either with him or you're with us. He's like, you can't do both. He's like, you can't be coming back and forth. That doesn't look good to the other guys. I'm like, dude, what do you mean?
Okay, looking back real quick, we're there. Do you agree with that still?
Do I agree with his? No.
With that take?
No, I felt like I was a child that went through a divorce with parents.
Yeah.
Like he was making me choose sides, either my best friends or my coach. You know, and
I loved this, by the way. I knew it was happening.
And I'm fighting you, right? And I'm obviously very nervous about this fight coming up. A lot of pressure on it. And so I was like, all right, man, like I just bought a house in Colorado or in Sacramento. Like was set. We were living in East Sacramento. We loved our house, me and my wife. And it was like,
I remember you got a new boat.
Oh, I had a badass boat that was on the river. Yeah.
I remember.
This guy, dude, he remembers everything, dude.
I remember because I had all the things that I knew I was going to try to like fuck you up with in the head.
I mean, we're going to get to it. It worked. It worked really well. So yeah, I had to make the choice, and I sold my house and moved to Colorado. And I was the bad guy for doing it because I was looking out for myself, which we're in a sport. You should do that. You got to be selfish. Wow. And I thought that was, and it's still, I know that was the right choice to make.
Yeah. I mean, I think so too. And I kind of, it made, from my perspective, when I heard you were moving, it made me actually more nervous because I knew that was actually going to be better for you. Like, cause I knew that staying there with that team, no doubt on, like, no hate on Faber and nothing. Yeah. You guys had done well together, but I knew it was fighters coaching fighters. Yeah. And I knew I had a coach that was not a fighter, and he was on the outside watching me. And that's what made me so good was he wasn't just competing. He was just, talking shit about how I sucked and then fixing it basically and not involved,
Yep.
So, that I knew on the outside that was happening, and I knew that I could really light the fire on that.
Yeah.
And that was an opportunity for me to really I knew you weren't feeling good about that. It's a divorce. So it's like, okay, let's make this worse. Yeah. Let's pour some gasoline on it. Yeah. And, I knew that Faber was making money off you, and I knew I knew that, I didn't know what was going on with you and Ludwig, but I knew he was selling peanut butter. And so it couldn't have been good, whatever you two were doing together with peanut butter.
Yeah.
Keep that between you two and his gym. But, it was weird. Just want to give a shout out to the Originals Family Farms. They are the launch sponsor for this podcast. Thank you for making me part of the family. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. Let's, fast forward to, we get to the fight. Yeah. I don't know if you remember this. Being in the back, and we were getting ready to walk out to the stare down. And I remember
for weigh-ins or
for the weigh-in right here before this. Do you remember before this? Before we walked out, it was me and you, and they put us right next to each other, and they put you and Ludwig right there, and me and Eric right here, and they keep us next to each other. And I remember seeing Ludwig, and he hated my guts, like he wanted to kill me.
Yeah.
And I remember I didn't even talk to you. I was talking to him.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I don't.
You were locked in.
Yeah.
I was talking to him because I'm like, what's up, Ludwig? You look like you want to take me out. Like you look like you want to, you want to fight for TJ, but you can't because you broke your ankle and you quit on yourself. And so now you're living vicariously through him.
Damn.
You don't remember that?
I don't, man. I really don't remember the conversation. I will say that Dwayne never hated you, but he gets so invested in what I'm doing and has so much love for me that if you're my opponent, he hates you at that time.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to get him to do. I wanted to piss off Ludwig so bad that he was more, like, less clear than you.
Damn.
That was my focus.
Damn, just playing chess, dog.
I'm just saying, like my goal was to fuck up Ludwig and make him hate me so much that he wanted to kill me more than you wanted to kill me. And now you can't be level-headed because your coach isn't level-headed.
Yeah.
And so right before that walkout, I didn't even acknowledge you. That's probably why you didn't hear me. Because I was talking to him the whole time. Yeah. Because I know if I get him,
I was probably trying to ignore you that entire time because seriously, this is the first time I've ever had to deal with someone talking shit to me like this.
How come nobody talked? Why do you think that
I
is?
was on a lot of the undercards. It wasn't as hyped up. And then when I fought for the belt, it was against Barao. He doesn't speak English.
True.
And that's not his. And you're a very smart individual, right? The way you like meticulous, everything you're training to, the way you're going to socially or just mentally fuck with people too, right? I hadn't had to deal with that yet.
It's fun.
Dude, it fucked with me a lot. I remember something that sticks with me for the long, it will always stick with me, is that time we had to go to Vegas to do, where we like sat down next to each other and had to talk all that shit. And I just looked like a complete fucking idiot on TV and just, it really bugged me, and it did the job.
I'm going to tell you why I went so hard on that. You want to know? I wasn't going to.
Yeah.
But then you brought your wife.
Oh, fuck.
And when you bring your wife to war, I'm going to fucking eat you alive. and the reason is because you got to look good in front of her. You fucked yourself. Like, you can't let me punk you in front of your wife.
I didn't really ever think about that. I mean, that's not something I was like trying to look good in front of her. But
we might not, but our subconscious is. And if you're getting out talked in front of your wife, it's not fun. And if I keep saying that you better sell your boat because you and your wife aren't going to be able to afford it after this fight, that's
luckily
pressure
the boat
on her
was free
too.
though. But yeah,
attaboy, sponsorship. All right,
hell yeah.
But these are just the little things that I'm thinking about, so that like we had different, like views of the time, and for me, I just wanted to have fun. I knew we were going to fight anyways. I knew the fight was going to be hell. Like, I had just come off all these knee surgeries, all these injuries. I didn't know like what was going to happen, but I'm like, well, I have nothing to lose. Like, I'm probably not supposed to win this anyways. Nobody thinks I'm going to win. Everybody thinks that I have ring rust. Everybody thinks that I suck. Everybody thinks he's the better version of me. I'm the underdog. So like you said, for me, it was kind of easier because I wasn't supposed to win. And I knew you had that too. Me coming off all the injuries, you had these crazy performances like against Barao, and you were killing everybody, dude. But then, well, let's go to the they wanted to ask, do you remember this point, what I was saying to you? Do you remember me coming up and what I
remember you talking about, because I had herpes on my lips during the.
You remembered that?
Because we were doing the press in Vegas, and we had to go do the sit by sit, and I remember putting like makeup on it. Like, what I should have done was like not even shown up, to be honest, right? Like, it would have been so much better for me if I didn't even show up to that interview. Because like,
it's so funny when I saw you covering it up, I was like, ooh.
Oh yeah,
dude, I was
dealing with
that.
So much stress for that fight camp, and you just added to it, man.
Yeah,
it was like a perfect storm.
I could see it because I know you. I'm a wrestler too.
Yeah.
And the only time it pops up is when you're stressed.
Yeah.
It doesn't pop up until you're stressed. It's mat herpes. That's how it works.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, he's telling on himself.
Yeah.
And I knew, like, if I talked about that, it's going to piss you off worse. So right here at the weigh-in, what I'm saying is Lamisil's not going to fix that.
Yeah, I remember you bringing it up. And then I said, like, well, you want to kiss? And then you I could tell you kind of got pissed about that.
No, yeah.
I was like, all right, I did something good.
Yeah, I don't want herpes on my lips.
Yeah. This shit stays with you for life.
That's what's fucking up. You got herpes and you didn't even have to have sex. You had to wrestle with dudes to get it.
It is some bullshit.
So unfair.
Yeah. Yeah, the sport that keeps on giving.
Than that.
Yeah, thank you.
Just so you know. Moving on to the other fight would be.
But I will say, before we move on to it,
please.
like this whole experience that I had and the way that I have fought you, because I fought angry. I remember the first like 2 rounds, like I was trying to knock you out. That's like all I wanted to do. I fought very, very angry. And then I like started relaxing 3, 4, and 5, and I started looking better. And you go back and watch, it's like, fuck, man, like I fought so angry, it got me out of my game. And so what you did worked perfectly. And once I realized that, I was able to go back and reflect on like, why the fuck did I lose? I wanted obviously a rematch right away. I was trying to do whatever I could possibly do to get a rematch.
We all want those. It's hard.
Course.
And I knew I was going to rematch you if I could get through Cody.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get through Cody, have that other guy on your guys'. So you know how I was thinking. I was like, all right, I'm going to end up seeing him again. Yeah. I already knew I was going to rematch you. But I want one fight in between from the same team.
We fought Faber next.
Oh, that's right.
Because I want, dude, okay, we're going to get into some shit. Yeah, so I learned from that fight. I learned that I can't fight angry. Yep. Like, when I fight angry, I'm not my best. And that taught me a lot, which is going to get me to the Garbrandt, because it like prepared me so well for the whole Garbrandt thing that happened later on in my career. Like, without that experience of me and you, like, going through that shit, like, I wouldn't have been like, all right, I got to let all this roll off my shoulder. I got to go out there with no animosity and I have to fight having fun. And if I wouldn't have learned that experience through you, I wouldn't have looked as good against Cody, I don't think.
Yeah, and then so I went and fought Faber.
Yeah, and that's the fight. Obviously, that was where I would have got paid. You know what I mean? So I always tell everyone, is like, losing that split decision to Cruz is like millions of dollars out of my pocket. You know, because like that's going to be my big pay-per-view buy against fighting Uriah Faber. Like, it was going to be a big deal. Yeah, you know, because that was everyone knew it was next. Yeah, and it was like so much shit going on. Story. Conor
so that's
McGregor.
More pressure. Yeah, honestly, to beat me too.
Oh, big time, dude. The money was there. Like, Conor McGregor set it up on a platter, like the red painting night or whatever he called it. You know what I mean? Like, so that one hurt. Man, yeah, especially because you went out there and just pulled them up. Hurt. So
losses
of course,
hurt no matter what, man, they suck. Yeah, but what you did against me, I'll say in this fight, I remember in the 4th and 5th round, I was like, okay, this guy is still.
I'll never not touch gloves again too because of that fight.
Oh, really?
That's the only time I've never touched gloves and I lost. So.
Oh, that's interesting.
So ever since then, even in Garbrandt, I made sure to touch gloves.
It was perfect, but at the end of the day, like, you were brick wall, man. You kept coming. You kicked me in the head. After this fight, I was pretty concussed, but one of the things that I remember was I was going to take you down. You had 100% takedown accuracy. Nobody had taken you down, and I knew that was one of the things I had to do in this fight, and that was to help me just to get you more angry. Yeah. I had to at least get one takedown. Those leg kicks. I should have fucking started the fight that way. Yeah, you should have. I know. I was trying to kick your head. Yeah. I should have kicked your leg. Should have started low and worked up. I know. Trust me, I hate myself for it every day. I hate myself for a lot of stuff too. I'm still working through it. Hell yeah. A lot of us have a lot of self-hate in this game, you know? For sure. But I remember something you said at the end right here, and I'll never forget it, and it made me think. And see, I shouldn't have ate that. That's what I was mad about those. I was mad after the fight for eating those. But it was a good fight. But I remember you said at the end of the fight, you said, you got good cardio. Yeah. What made you say that? Because I can break everyone else. Like, my pace would just like break people, just like being able to outwork people, and just like I don't have this. It shocked me to hear that. I don't have this chill all mode. The things. Because you were in it, and you came off a long layoff, and you were in it for 5 rounds. I mean, that was a war of a fight, and like, you kept the pace going the whole time, and that usually does not happen. You know? Yeah, you just wear guys down in the gym, don't you? Yeah, we're seeing Merab do it day in and day out right now, right? And that was like a weapon of ours, is that we could just outpace people. You know? Yeah, and I would agree with you. See, you can see that in Merab too. Like, he's using similar. Oh, yeah. I swear to God, he's fighting back in this era that we're in. It was a lot of wrestlers. Like, Merab was judo and not quite as good then, but he formulated his style. Yeah. And now this dude's just out grappling the shit out of everybody. Yeah. You know? But I knew you guys could do that too. So I made a style to try to cross, stay off the, my thing was stay off the center line, because you guys are going to take me down. That was always my thought. If I stay here, not only are you guys all really powerful, you guys are all power strikers down the middle, but you also shoot well. You guys also have good wrestling. So if I stay here and here, it kind of minimizes your power and your strength, and it minimizes your takedown ability. So that was my mindset. So even off the very first punch, my idea was to take away your jab by angling. That's also why I didn't want to give you range. But then you went on to fight Cody, like you said, and you did amazing against Cody. I know myself how good Cody is. His boxing is very good. Fast. Yeah, he's got fast hands. But how did you adjust? How do you think the head game was? I feel like you were in his head. See what I mean? Like, in these moments, I feel like you were in his head the way I kind of did to you. Yeah, yeah. I feel like did you do that a little to him? I got to play a little bit less of like,
like I wasn't angry, right? So I got to be a little more clear-headed with the way I was talking, the things that I said, and I knew that he knew the fight was gonna be a lot tougher than he was talking. Like he knew personally
because you guys
we
had
trained so much that he's like, this is gonna be a fight, you know. And he could say what he wants to say, but I know how he feels, so I was able to use that to my advantage.
Are you guys cool now?
Yeah, I have no animosity. I mean, to be honest, like I've had to let go of it all, right?
Well, of course, you've been through a lot too.
Yeah, so I just had to let go of just everything, because if I'm going to hold on to it, it's just going to hinder my life, my family's life, all that stuff.
That's wisdom right there, the forgiveness part.
Thank you,
and we'll go to the love on that. See, isn't it weird how the love and the war mix together?
100%.
I'm not kidding, because if you don't have the forgiveness part, you're fucked. It doesn't hurt anybody else but you and your family.
Yeah.
So in this fight, they slam you for all the stuff. You know, the EPO and all that. And to me, in your career, that must have been the hardest thing to deal with, where I think you might have learned this forgiveness piece. I'm listening to you right now. You had to, because you have to let go and surrender to everybody's judgments. You even didn't you make a company called it's like a juice company or something for a little while? I didn't make it.
I got involved. It was just like,
what was it
too
called?
Perfect, called Clean Juice.
I mean, I heard about that. When I heard you did that, to me, that's like you surrendering to what people are going to say anyways.
Yeah.
You're going to say it, whatever. But it's what everybody wants to know, TJ. So it's the elephant in the room.
Of course.
You know, so we got to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's like, first of all, did you get to use any of that to fight me? Because you were in sick shape.
No.
I mean,
the only one I've ever used it for was the fight that I lost against Henry Cejudo. I went full-blown anemic. I tried to make 25. It was the biggest mistake of my life. And that was the only fight that I had made it for. Because they went back and retested all my samples to 2016, and all of them came back fine.
So not against Cody.
What's that?
So against Cody, no.
All of them.
There was no. I thought you got popped for Cody.
No,
fight.
for Cejudo.
I didn't know
for
that.
For the Cejudo fight, they went back and retested. They keep an A. They test your A sample. They keep your B sample in case anything like this ever happens. So they went back and retested all my samples. I remember getting just email after email. I mean, I got tested hundreds of times, and they retested all of them. And so it was like, what? I just forgot how to cheat. I was like cheating all those times, and then just like forgot how to do it, and then got caught.
Just got caught. Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, that's like I can say that answer till I'm blue in the face, but it doesn't matter, because what I did, I'm always gonna get that flack. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what's hard about it.
Yeah,
that's where. But how much has that taught you?
A lot.
I feel like that. I had to. I feel like it calmed you down even.
For sure.
You seem calmer.
Thank you.
I remember you.
I try to be.
Yeah. Or have you always been calm? I just pissed you off.
Yeah, I don't feel like I ever had a short fuse. Unless we're competing.
Yeah.
Right. And then what you did was like perfect mental warfare. So yeah, you definitely pissed me. You're the only fighter that's been able to do that.
Well, I'm glad, because I needed it. I needed everything I could get for that fight, and I knew it going off the layoff.
Yeah.
And thanks for sharing that, because that's vulnerable stuff. It's tough to share that. It's everybody wants to know. That's the elephant in the room.
Of course.
And you know, the other fight I wanted to ask you about was that Sterling one, man. You went in there what's funny is I retired off of a shoulder surgery or shoulder injury too. My shoulder got dislocated, and then I rehabbed it for 6 weeks, and then just booked a fight, because I was like, okay, it dislocated once. The wheel's about to fall off. Let me just get one more in. I think it'll hold up. I rehabbed it. It's good. I tested it a little and then went in, but not knowing if it would come out or not, obviously. 3 weeks before the fight with Font, 3 weeks. I'm almost there. I'm in sick shape. I'm ready to fight, but it pops out. And dude, that was the most painful thing I'd ever felt in my life to this day. And it wouldn't go back in. So mine was dislocated for an hour and a half. It wouldn't go back into socket. And that just changed me. That was like, okay, I don't ever want to feel that again. I need to reset. I think I'm going to retire now. And I did. But you retired after yours too, but yours happened so fast. Were you, honestly, I got to know, because that's all I could think was you knew you were already out of the fight before the fight started. It seemed like you were not healthy at all.
Yeah,
you were already done, but you're like, I need this paycheck.
No, it wasn't.
That's what it looked like.
Of course,
that's why I'm asking.
No, of course, and so I think you're probably a lot like this. Is I'm very delusionally optimistic, right? And it works to my favor. It won me a world title. It got me to the skills that I am, but it also gets me into some trouble. Like thinking that I can make 125s.
Well, that's what happened with me and Cejudo.
Yeah.
I came in, I was like, I didn't have camp. I just got off shoulder surgery. I was
already
dumbly optimistic. What do you call it? Delusionally optimistic.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm good. I'll be able to do it. I'm fine. I did it once, but you need to train. You need to have the camp. You need to have the time, right? You need to have the rounds. Did you have that?
So a lot of my career. So when I fought Garbrandt, both my shoulders were toast. I subluxed my shoulder, which sublux is where you dislocate it, but it goes back in.
Yeah.
Which is actually worse than it staying out. Because when it goes back in, that means your shoulder's so loose that it can just come in and out.
Which is what happened to me first.
Yeah.
And then the second one, it just stayed out. So you're being my doctor right now and telling me what I did wrong. Got it.
So the sublux means your shoulders are so loose it doesn't happen. And both my shoulders were doing it. The first, so I dislocated my shoulder the first time on the Ultimate Fighter coaching against Garbrandt. We were playing tetherball over a pool on a balance beam, like a gymnastics balance beam. And if you fell off the beam, you got to get back on before he can score on you.
Sounds so dangerous.
And it was in the winter. It was cold. We had wetsuits on, but I fall off and I go to catch myself and I dislocate my shoulder out the back, but it pops back in. Wow. And I end up winning the coach's challenge, most importantly, right?
Yeah. but after you just pop back in and you just kept going?
Yeah, I just kept going. Yeah.
I would have been like, yo, this is a game.
It was for 10 grand.
True. Okay. We didn't. That's high money back then for us.
But so that's when it all started. And I needed surgery, but I was fighting to get my belt back. I couldn't be like, all right, I need surgery and then I'm going to come back. I'm probably not going to get a title fight again. Right. So I went down to Panama, I put some stem cells on my shoulders and it worked pretty good. I was able to hold myself together, but throughout practice doing jiu-jitsu, it would sublux every now and then.
See, it's always jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
That's when mine would pop out too.
100%.
It's not even wrestling.
Yeah.
You can kind of stay safe in wrestling. Jiu-jitsu, though, you're always posting and
stuff,
stuff,
you're posting out, and then like it's always when you're reaching far out, I'd go to post and it would like dislocate and it would go right back in. Yep. So I dealt with that, and then my right shoulder in our second fight. And so I'd already dealt with that in the past. And then I remember, obviously, I blew my knee out against Sandhagen in the first round, and I fought through that. And so when I knew I was going to be fighting Aljamain Sterling, I'm 36 years old. This might be my last chance to fight for a title.
After the knee surgery.
Yeah, so I beat Sandhagen.
You tore your ACL in that one, right?
I tore everything but my ACL.
I'll say this too. We gotta go to that real quick because I remember watching that, thinking how impressive it was watching you not care. Because I know what it's like to tear the knee, and the first thing I thought is, that's 9 months.
Yeah.
Like that's a year.
Yeah, it was a year and a half.
And you know it when you tear it, but you were able to pretty much ignore it. That dude tore your shit up.
I know.
I saw it when he did. I was like, his knee is done.
Yeah.
And you kept going. Like in that moment, did you know right when it tore?
Instantly. And
you just, okay, so tell the world, what do you got to do in that moment to get through something like that?
Oh, man. A lot of that's just who you are as a person a little bit, but also I remember when it popped, it went pop, 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 right? And I stood up last 10 seconds. I walked back to the corner and I sit down instantly. Yeah. I told Dwayne as soon as I sat down, I was like, my knee's fucked. He's like, forget about it, Ninja. We got to do this. We got to do that. So
what round was that again?
First round. Yeah, into the first round.
That was a sick heel hook he hit, dude.
No, it wasn't a heel hook.
Well, I don't remember what it was. Was it straight?
So we got into a 50-50. He was going for a heel hook, but I was landing ground and pound. He couldn't get it. So what he does is he extends his legs to create a scramble and stand up. And my dumbass, I knew
you kept punching.
Well, so I knew there was a short time left. So it was like, stay on top, win the round, right? So I tried to stay on top, and he's kicking me back, and my knee's in there, and just bends outward. So there was...
see this right here. This is where you kept punching. This is where I'm saying it was impressive.
So he'll just extend his legs right here, and my knee just blows out. Not yet, but a little bit later, closer to the round.
Yeah, but you don't care this right here, right?
Yeah.
This is when I was impressed, though, because I stopped there, and you... See how you...
right there. Yeah.
That's what I mean. I stopped there because I know my knee is going to break.
Smart.
But why did you just keep punching?
I just wanted to win so bad.
Your knee was done, though. If you could feel it, right?
Well, that was the dumb mistake I made, right? Like, it wasn't in any pain yet. It was when he pushed me forward in that 50-50, and I tried to stay on top when I should have just fell back and scrambled out. But I wanted to win so bad. I wanted to finish on top. I knew that was going to pay dividends.
It's another crazy good win. Sandhagen's nasty.
He is, man. He's nasty. He's very, very good.
He's literally one of the best in the division that hasn't, he should be champion at least once by now.
I've said that,
And it's crazy that he hasn't,
I know. Unfortunately, he's got Marab at the top, and that's his kryptonite.
Yeah, and I don't think he's getting through that style either.
No, he's not.
If somebody can beat Marab, then I think he can pretty much beat almost every other style except Marab's, right? Do you think so?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think almost he should go 45s. He's a tall guy, you know, and he can stack some weight on
there too, though.
100%, but like
he's just getting wrestled.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
like when you get taken down, what was it, 29 times or something?
Yeah,
think about that.
Yeah, but so anyways, this point of the story was that I've dealt with adversity and got wins. Right, I dealt with my shoulder against Garbrandt, got wins. I dealt with my knee against Sandhagen, got wins. Aljamain Sterling to me was the weakest champion that had been, and I don't mean that disrespectful, just like he's got some holes in his game that I feel like I could exploit. And so I got the fight, and they were going to do it in October. I got the fight in May, end of April, May. I'm hitting mitts with Tyler Wombles, and we're doing this bag drill where I'm slipping and hitting a left hook, and I just threw a little bit too wide and instantly just felt a tear. And at that time, it wasn't compromise of coming out of the socket. It was just like I couldn't lift my arm the best of my ability. It wasn't like I couldn't really strike with it that great, but I was like, I'm fighting Aljamain Sterling. If I was fighting someone like Peter Yan, yeah, maybe I probably wouldn't take the fight because his striking was good. Aljamain, I was going to hold my feet. My grappling wasn't affected. I was doing great in grappling. 4 weeks before the fight, I subluxed my shoulder. We're working on back takes, and I was doing fantastic at this, and Felipe would take my back, and I would get loose. I'd push the knee, the figure four down, and I'd reach back and spin in his guard. And I was doing that. And one time I just did it on my own, and I subluxed my shoulder, went back in. I'm like, it's all right. I've dealt with
so annoying.
I've dealt with this before. It's not a problem, right? But then it just got worse and got worse. And then I flew out to Abu Dhabi 2 weeks before the fight, and I started losing weight, and that's when it got really bad. And I would just be doing like grappling matches with Juan Choleta, like wrestling around, and it would dislocate. And it's like
too late to pull out.
It's way too late to pull out. I just trained like for months for this fight, and it's, to be honest, like I don't want to go back and get another shoulder surgery and just all this shit. So I was like, I'm gonna take the fight, and I really believe.
So wait, when it was it wasn't when it would pop back in. It wasn't you could lift it.
Yeah, but I'd have to like shrug my shoulder to lift it. Like now I can't. I'm toast now. Like this is all I got. Like passively I can. But the muscles don't work anymore. I got to get a reverse shoulder replacement. But I'm
metal, like a full shoulder.
They're going to cut off the head of my humerus, and they're going to put it, the socket is now reversed to where the ball is in my armpit, and then the head of your humerus is now like a plastic plunger, and your deltoid's attached to it.
What a freaking nightmare!
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks.
So how did it get to that level?
Because
did you not do the PT?
No, because I was just too stubborn and didn't drop out of the fight. I feel like I could get the win.
You think that's the fight that did that?
The camp did.
The camp.
The camp did.
That's what made it done.
I dislocated it probably 20 times.
In that camp?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's stubbornness.
Yeah, it was delusional optimism.
See,
I thought I was going to get the win. I thought I was going to be able to knock this guy out.
That thing came out immediately.
Yeah, I remember telling the ref in the back, because I got really good at putting it back in socket, because it happened so many times. And I actually,
how stupid we are.
I went to
so you guys know, we are idiots.
I went to my doctor and I asked him like, hey, teach me how to put this back into socket. And so he did it. And that's why when it came out in the first round, I was able to defend him off my back, did all right. I sat back in the corner, boom, put it back in before the doctors got in there. And I was able no, I'm good. Don't worry about it. You know?
Wow.
Just thinking I could get the knockout and just be like an insane, awesome story, you know?
Well, yeah.
But
it would have.
Yeah, it could have been
That's the thing. Yeah. Like high hanging fruit.
Yeah.
You went for it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I know Sterling, his grappling is nice, but I know what you're saying about the striking part. It seems like like it's not there.
Yeah.
But the way he mixes it with his wrestling, because I've gotten to move with him.
Yeah.
It's when you actually feel it live, it's way trickier.
Yeah. He's pretty strong too. Yeah.
He's very strong. Yeah. And he's way trickier at like his striking is almost to pull you in so you can wrestle the shit out of you. It's not even real striking sometimes. Like he's gotten better now, but his striking when I've gone with him, it feels like he's like half throwing to get you to commit, and then he's wrestling your ass.
And that's why I should have
did that right now.
I should have fought differently in this fight too, even with what I had going on. I mean, you watch his next fight against O'Malley, and O'Malley does a good job of not going in, and letting him come in and catching him on the way in, which I should have stuck to boxing. But I watched so many fights of him getting hurt with that push kick, and I'm a kicker, and I just should have switched my style up. I should have stuck with boxing.
So your shoulder's out now, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so you can see it right there. See how it's sticking out the top?
Dude, it hurts so bad. How high is the pain right now?
Unfortunately, I was too used to it. It's more like you just can't use your arm. Like your arm just doesn't work the way it should. Like I should be able to grab a single leg.
Man, because that when it's out, it hurts so bad. Oh, look at it. You're so tough, dude. I'll give you that, man. That is the worst feeling ever.
Yeah, it's not
I
very
never
much fun.
felt pain like that when mine came out.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Yeah, it's not very much fun. Yeah.
So they put it back in right here.
Yeah, see how Felipe's pushing down on it and we're twisting my arm and it pops. I'm like, oh, I'm good.
When it goes back in, it does feel a lot better though.
Yeah.
It does.
When it goes back in, you feel
You're
great.
just kind of like, oh, I'm not. Oh, I'm okay.
Yeah.
But it's so fake.
Yeah.
You're not okay.
No. Yeah. The next day you feel it. Yeah.
Man. And, you know, kudos to Sterling.
Yeah.
He's shown up to, now he's at 45 doing his thing, but.
He looks good.
Yeah. What a champ there too. Another fight. You've had nasty fights. I think we've almost got the same amount of fights, 24 fights or something. 20.
Okay.
So I don't know, but 2 championships you got. This guy was one of the tougher guys you faced, but man, kudos to you on taking that and just toughing it out. In my perspective, I thought you were going in just already compromised and just trying to get a bag.
I mean, I was, but I did believe I could win.
Yeah. Okay.
I did. I really did believe I could win. But when I got out in Abu Dhabi and it got worse and worse and worse, it was kind of like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
And I told the ref in the back, like, it's going to come out, you know?
All right. So now general health now. You can't lift your arm. You're going to need a new shoulder replacement. Anything else? How about your knee?
No, knee's golden. I mean, it makes some crunchy noises and stuff.
Yeah, you're pretty yoked up.
Yeah.
What's got you all yoked up? Bodybuilding nonstop.
All I do is lift like a meathead now. I can take peptides now. I'm not getting drug tested.
Yep.
And I started my own nutrition company called Wild Sided Nutrition.
Yeah.
And I
So
brought
what
you
is it?
some.
I want to, as long as it's not, going to make me,
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to, I don't know. Can I trust your shit?
It's all informed sport. Yeah. I had to, I made sure when I made my products, it's like, all right, we're doing third-party testing from the get-go. So all informed sport. Diego's got some
Okay,
free
so
gear.
if I take this stuff, guys, and I die in a week, we know who poisoned me.
Yeah, right? It's sealed. It's sealed. Let's see. This is our Caveman Eats.
All right.
That is a 20-ounce ribeye in every bag, but it's dried down to 5 ounces. All it is grass-fed beef and salt. So,
And a meathead on the back.
there we go.
Perfect.
Yeah. And then we started with protein powders. We got isolates and concentrates for you here too.
Always need protein.
So
All right. And
I learned what peak performance was when I was fighting. I really got into my diet when I hit my 30s, and knew how important it was for peak performance. And so I just took that knowledge that I built throughout my career and put it into a company. Once I retired, I had to find something to go after. I felt like I had to chase something. I had to chase greatness somewhere.
I want to get into that too.
Yeah.
Next then.
Yeah. Because like the first 6 months,
Retire.
it was tough. The first 6 months. Well, when I first retired, it was kind of like, I'm going to get surgery. I'm going to lay out. I'm going to come back. But I had chronic rotator cuff failure. They were torn for so long that they couldn't reattach them.
So then you go through the 6 months, like, cause I just hit 6 months on my shoulder. Right. And I agree with you. That's why I wanted to talk to you about this retirement. It hit me way harder than I expected.
Yeah.
Like honestly, it's really messed me up.
Well, you're a competitor.
Yeah, but I just didn't. I had enough injuries that I was like, I've practiced feeling retired, right? Like in my head. But I always, like you said, I'm going to come back.
Yeah.
So with that in the back of my head, I didn't know how much that was actually doing for me to still shut off the world, to know that I was going to come back. And for me, when I busted the shoulder and then decided, okay, I'm retiring, I didn't get the surgery right away. I was like, I think I'll be okay. I kind of ignored it. And then it was like yours. I couldn't lift my arm. And it was just, I reached back in bed one time and it just popped out. Sublexed, you said, is the word. And I was just like, I can't even sleep at night. Like I'm not fighting anytime soon. Like it's over. The wheel has officially fallen off, Dom. You said you were going to do this till the wheels fell off. That's it. And so I retired. But what was the adjustment like after that 6 months? Because like you said, the first 6 months was hard. After that, it wasn't. Because like I'm at month 6, so I'm hoping it gets better. Because right now it sucks.
Oh, because I found something, right? Like the energy that I put into becoming a champion and to fight and compete, and like your life is on structure, right? Like when you're in fight camp or when you're getting ready for fighting Dominick Cruz, like this is my life for the next 3 months,
right?
It's easy. You shut everything else off in life.
I try to say this to people.
You shut everything else out. You become very selfish, and all you do is focus on yourself and getting ready for that fight. 6 months was hard because like I didn't know what I was going to do, right? Like what the fuck am I going to do now? Like I identified as a fucking fighter. It's like what I did. It's what gave me my self-worth. You know what I mean? Like my self-worth was being a champion and being this great fighter and just being that mean asshole in the gym. Like that was who I was. Right. And then I didn't have that anymore. Until I found I was working for a brand that I was sponsored by, and then started working for them and really realized how they were developing products and they were putting shit, like horrible ingredients inside their products. I wouldn't even take the products personally, and I was working for them. I was sponsored by them. I'd have to post about it and kind of felt shitty about it. And so I was like, I could do this myself. So I decided to do that. And once I got my mindset on something, it was just like, fight
championship mentality.
Now it's fight camp of taking it to the moon, you know, creating the healthiest.
You're passionate. You were passionate about it. So you were really like passionate, no?
Yeah. It wasn't just about the money. It was like something that I'm very passionate about. I've been on a diet for like 8 years now. I don't falter from it. Wow. You know, like, take it very serious. That same voice inside my head when you miss a practice and you like talk shit about yourself because like you feel like you're not doing what you should be doing is like now how I feel about the brand, right? Like, I want to be doing things the right way. I'm passionate about it.
So how about for other fighters? Let's because this is now to me where we leave war.
Yeah.
And for me, that's what's been hard is I'm like you, where I'm ultra just competitive. Yeah. I'm not mean. I'm just competitive and I'm not going to lose. Like I'm really not a bad guy, I promise.
Yeah.
But I seem like it because
I've known that.
I won't lose. Like I have this thing, I won't lose. And
well, that's why like when you hurt your shoulder and you were going to get surgery and retired, that's why I reached out to you, you know, like
I appreciate
check out this doctor. Like, you know, cause like I knew what you were going through, not only just the shoulder, but also like,
it shocked me.
Yeah.
It completely shocked me when you reached out to me. Cause I thought you just like, cause of the interviews and stuff that we had, I was like, this guy's got to hate me forever.
Well, there's still a little piece back there. There's still a little piece back there.
Well, you can stay in line on that. Just push you to the back of the line though, because you're dangerous. But what advice can you give to people who are coming to the end of their career, man? Like, I feel like I'll give mine. It's find something bigger than yourself. I'm still looking though. Yeah. And the making myself enough without fighting, without, you know, I pushed I feel like I was a bulldozer that went through life and just bulldozed everything to the side to win. And like, if you got in my way, you could have been my mom, you could have been my brother. Hey, you're not helping me. Just get out of my way. Yeah. And then I finish and I retire, and then I have shoulder surgery too. And I remember thinking, laying there, like, I can't do anything. I can't. And now it hit me, like, I'm not just retired. I also can't train. What do I do with all this energy? Yeah. And I just look back at the disaster I made in every relationship in my life. Yeah. And just like how I treated people to win. And, you know, I pushed women out of my life because I just wanted to win, that maybe I had loved, or, you know, older, or just like I said, family members. I was really mean to my brother or my, you know, just people. You're just crazy. You just win only, right? Yeah. I look back now and I'm trying to be the other piece. I'm really like, okay, I'm no longer a kennel dog. Like, I'm out, I'm in the world, fighting isn't it. So really, I don't really need my ego as much at all anymore. You need it. That's all you need to win in fights is your ego.
You 100% do.
And it's healthy to let it out. And I loved to. But now in regular life, if I bring my ego in here, like, it doesn't work.
Yeah, no way.
No, with anybody.
Yeah.
They just want me out of their face.
Yeah.
So then I got to be, as weak as it might sound, kind of try to be loving, try to be nice to people, right? But make it bigger than myself is what my focus has been now. And so that's what got me into commentating, was like, I felt like fighters kind of sometimes they can be represented differently, and I want to put the fighters first and explain how great they are and explain how much work goes into their styles. And I was passionate about that the way you are about this.
Yeah, I can tell.
And it really has helped me. That's one of the
lot of people can tell. Like, I told my wife I was coming down here to do this podcast, and she instantly was like, oh man, I really like him on the commentating. Like, it's nice, a fresh air of like someone that can explain it really well to people.
Because you guys deserve it. Fighters deserve it. I've been there. And it's like, we need somebody to talk about how great they are. So what advice can you give? For me, it's find something bigger than yourself, something that's not just about me. What can I give? And it's not fixed everything, but it helps like blunten the sharpness of what I feel right now.
I mean, finding something bigger than yourself, but something that you're passionate about, that's going to take that energy. Like, you're going to, like, I need to find something to where I'm going to wake up and figure out how I'm going to excel.
Yeah.
At something, you know, just anything that you're passionate about. It can't just be just for the money. It's got to be something that really like makes you care. Like I wake up every morning, I'm afraid it's going to blow up, you know, like this isn't going to exist anymore.
What about your family?
The same. Well, yeah, that's there. I mean, I'm solid. That's my everyday.
Okay. So how much does that change without fighting though? Like how much you leave fighting and then you have your family and fighting? How did you manage the balance of having a family? This is always my question to fighters because I said I'm not doing it.
My wife would tell you that I did not balance it. Okay. Like the first year of my son's life was, you know, title fights, and it was like I just wasn't there. Like I was, but I was checked out. I was selfish and focusing on being a world champion, and so even though I was there and I was home, a lot of times I wasn't mentally, or I was at practice, or I was flying to Colorado. I was doing all these things. And now my 7-year-old, he's wrestling. It's the only sport he wants to do.
Amazing.
I've introduced him to all sports, and I can't believe it. The sport that he wants to do is wrestling.
You got to be so happy.
It's amazing. So I go to practice 3 days a week with him right now. I'm donating my time to the high school. I'm coaching at the high school wrestling team. I'm doing all their strength and conditioning.
You're giving.
Josh, I just trained Josh Emmett for 3 months. Told him I didn't want anything in return. I just wanted to be a part of it. He kind of gave me that same feeling of like I was nervous to walk out of the cage with him. Kind of gave me that pre-fight jitters and things like that. You know,
Faber would have taken 20%. Just want to throw that out there. But
yeah,
you're giving, and it sounds like you made some really good adjustments. And I appreciate you reaching out to me too about that shoulder thing. And that's why we're sitting here today. Sweet. It was like when you reached out first, you put the olive branch out, and that's big of you, and respect for that. Of course. And you were definitely one of the hardest fights of my career, and I got nothing but respect.
Thanks.
And
same.
Sorry I had to burn the shit out of you like I did. You're hard to fight, man, and I had to take every stop I could.
Yeah, I mean, I told myself it was smart, man. It really was, and of course you were the one to do it, you know?
Yeah, well, respect, man. Thank you for the time.
Yep.
And check out the stuff.
Yeah, Wild Society Nutrition, man. We're crushing it right now. We are nationwide in Sprouts Farmers Market, GNC, Vitamin Shop, and some talks with some other big retailers. Available on Amazon, website, wildsocietynutrition.com.
I'll check it out too.
Yeah, I think you're going to love it, man. I mean,
thank you.
You're an athlete, so you'll really understand what it is for peak performance, and it makes a big difference.
Is there anything else that you wanted to touch on, man? Any questions you had for me? We got a little bit more time, and if you had anything you want to know about me, I'm here.
I didn't know what to expect coming into the podcast. You know, I knew that it was going to be a good conversation, that you were going to be like an intelligent conversation. I just didn't know what to expect. This is awesome. This is cool that you're doing it, because I've been doing podcasting now with Jackson, and it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it's been like when I retired, I wanted nothing to do with fighting at first. Like I wanted it out of my life. Like it was because it would bug me. I'd see these guys fighting that I knew that I could beat, that had my belt, the same way that you felt, right? And
so
especially when you're injured and you're sitting on the sidelines, like it really like would piss me off. And so I wanted nothing to do with fighting. And then I started doing the Jackson podcast, and people started realizing that I was good at breaking fights down in my analysis of things, and that I knew what the hell I was talking about. Yep. And so it got me back into the love of fighting. And now I'm coaching a fighter, and I'm coaching wrestling. So it's awesome that you're doing this, and makes so much sense that you're doing the commentating as well too.
Awesome. Thanks.
What I want to know is like because I've been like, why don't you do it? It's like, I don't know if I could live on the road that much. Like how
commentary?
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna be again, hard.
Hard.
I don't have a family like you have. So like I said, I kind of sacrificed that to win. Yeah. I didn't want to not be there for my kid or my wife.
Yeah.
And I knew the way that my brain worked that I would definitely have them second behind fighting.
Yeah.
And I had a dad who didn't show up. And so I have this weird thing from that where I'm like, I don't want to be like that when I choose it. I want to be all in like I am on championships with my relationship when I choose it. And I'm at that phase in my life now. But it's not easy to do that because I haven't done it.
Yeah.
I haven't practiced it.
Yeah.
So it's like,
well, practice is the best part.
I guess so. I mean, I practiced that part, but I haven't practiced the whole, putting them first and just the things you're doing now. It sounds like you're doing it differently than you did in fighting.
Big time.
What do you think's the biggest thing that you're giving them now that you couldn't give them in fighting? Because it's
my undivided attention, like I could really just shut off that competitive mindset and just be home and play Legos, go to wrestling practice, and just be there at all times. Yeah, business has got me on the road, and
still the
I'm
same
focused
guy.
on that.
Does it change you? You feel like it's made you softer and like?
Maybe I'm a little softer.
I was scared of that too.
Yeah,
I was scared of
it. But it kind of feels good though.
Yeah,
it feels good to be a little bit softer, not always on edge, right? Like you said, with your ego and having to hold on to that, because that is what makes you great.
It is.
You know, if you learn to control your ego, it's what
balance
makes you great.
it, right?
Yeah.
So you feel like you have balance of that now.
Yeah.
That's
exactly. Yeah.
That's the gift of martial arts, I believe, really.
Dude.
It really is, right?
I talked to so many people that meet a UFC fighter, and they're just like, man, they're always so easygoing. It's like, well, it's because of what we put ourselves through. Like, we're getting our asses kicked in the gym and, you know, putting things in perspective that you don't, most of the time, don't have a chip on your shoulder.
Yeah, I tell people when you get stuffed down in the corner and you get like blasted in the face with a punch 20 times, and then you get up and you're like, I'm not that good today.
Yeah.
Like, it's a reality check.
Yes.
You're just like, shit, like I suck.
Yeah.
And you go home and you come back the next day better, but you have so many bad days mixed with so many good days.
Yeah.
Teaches you who you are, right?
Yeah.
In the balance. So
exactly.
I mean, that hour went by fast.
Yeah, it was good, man.
Thanks
it was awesome.
Thanks for the talk.
Oh, my
Appreciate
pleasure.
you.
Thanks for having me on, dude.
All right. Cheers.